My name is Father Reyes, and I'm recording this video for my Comm 3 assignment. So I have here May Karandang, one of my coworkers, and we're going to talk about her career and her adventures here in the BPO industry. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thanks.
It's great to hear. So how did you start here in this industry? How did you start your career?
I started out as an agent, pretty much like anyone I know who has a managerial or supervisory position in Seitel. I started out as an agent for a few months. I was taking calls. I became a mentor. So a mentor is someone who helps out other agents in taking their calls. And then that was also for a few months. And then I moved up to a different position, which was a quality analyst. And after that, I moved up to the learning specialist post.
Okay, I see. I would say you've been through a lot of levels,
Yes, you
right?
can say that, yeah.
How was the experience? Did you learn a lot while you're undergoing training?
Oh yes, I learned a whole lot. When I was in college, basically my entire life before working with Seitel, working for Seitel, I've never been really the kind of person who's always engaged in different activities. I am never the kind of person who would really get to know other people. I live pretty much in a shell, but when I had to work and when I found this job, I was forced to thrust myself out there, and really get to learn more about other people, get engaged with them, and talk to other people. I never liked talking to other people, which is really weird because
It is weird.
right, in our industry you have to talk to a lot of people.
That's very interesting.
It was a real transformation for me.
Mhm.
Aside from my demeanor and how it is when it comes to dealing with other people, I learned so much when it comes to handling customers, because I never knew that there was this entire business built around that. The entire time that I was not working, I was just like, okay, I have a one-dimensional view of things. So when I started working, I learned a lot about how businesses work. I learned about call handling. I learned about how to interact with different people, different kinds of customers, and how to supervise other people as well.
I see. Well, those are the skills that you really need to do your job as a supervisor,
That's
learning
right.
specialist, right? What made you stay in this industry?
What made me stay? That's a very interesting question, because when I first started out, probably 3 or 4 months in, I was thinking about resigning and just going back to studying. And every month I would have that same thinking of, I would like to resign, I don't like this company anymore, I don't like to work as an agent anymore. And then I just keep pending it until I reached my first Christmas in Seitel. And I was like, you know what, I'll just let Christmas pass and I'm gonna resign on January. And then January came and I didn't resign still. And it basically is a cycle,
It's a cycle.
like that.
So after that, maybe you thought of resigning on Christmas again,
Yeah,
and then
here comes
January, and then
January.
Christmas again.
And then before I knew it, I've been with the company for
For
8 years.
That's awesome.
That's one truth to the story. The other part of it is that, honestly, I don't think I could be in any other industry where I can be as good as I am now. I mean, from the very start, from when I was very young, I knew that one of the skills that I had is really talking. Although I don't really like talking to other people, but I have a way with communicating. I know how to use the English language, I know how to command it, I know the rules around it, so I'm pretty sure that this would be one of the best career choices for me. And that's one of the other reasons why I stayed in this industry, because I could have gone to other fields, but I didn't.
Do you regret working in the BPO industry, or?
At first I did. It's not really regret it, but I resented it. It's kind of like, it felt like just a means to an end for me when I first started out. A few months in, it was just a means to an end. I had a lot of friends who I know deep down were looking down on me because I was part of the BPO. They were like,
That was
really,
8 years ago.
That was 8 years ago, right?
So back then, people don't really like working in the BPO industry.
No, they didn't like. A lot of people were just forced into being part of it because it's easy to get into. A lot of companies were hiring that time, and it has one of the most competitive salaries that they can offer at that time. But the moment that my knowledge of the industry and how it works grew, then and that gave me the real understanding of how the business works. And then I saw it through different eyes. And I saw it just like any other business in the world. Not many people know that the business side of BPO is you look at financials, you look at how calls are being handled, you look at time management. Those are things that not many people know about. People would think that call center agents, they have a script, they take a call, they say the script, and that's it, they end the call. They only see that in that way. That there's so much else to know about the BPO industry.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing that, May. I have another question here. So, your current position is a supervisor slash learning specialist. So, how did you become a learning specialist?
That's a funny story. You know why? A few months before the first account I was part of dissolved, I was their quality analyst slash LST team. And to be honest with you, the only real reason why I wanted to be a learning specialist was because I had two choices. I could either become a coach or I could be a learning specialist. I know that the skill sets I have could give me the edge for both positions, but I did not have the personality type to be a coach. At that point, I was given a choice. Would you want to be a coach? Would you want to be a learning specialist? So I was thinking maybe being in the learning department would be would be a better choice for me. And aside from that, a lot of my family members were part of the were teachers when they were younger. My mom was a teacher, so I pretty much saw a little bit of myself in my mom. So I know that I have this knack for teaching other people things.
Thank you so much for sharing that, May. So I have another question. Sorry, I have a lot of questions.
That's fine.
I prepared actually 2 pages of questions. I'm just
Okay.
kidding. So, what is your definition of a good teacher?
A definition of a good teacher is someone who can get a student from one place to another, or one position to another, and make sure that that person actually succeeds in the best way possible. And to make sure that in the process, you give that person a safe learning environment. That's what I think a good teacher is.
All right. Well, I agree with that because in training people, it's very important that they feel safe, so they will learn, right? Because if they feel like they're always being judged, they will not learn and they will just commit more mistakes.
That's right.
Right?
I agree.
All right. So, any message that you would like to share to aspiring trainers or facilitators, maybe?
Yeah. Just be confident, learn, and research. Because to be honest with you, when I first started as a learning specialist, probably 60 to 70% of the things that I am teaching now, or the way that I teach things, I had to research some of those techniques. And it's not enough that you have materials, you have to expand and really expand your knowledge of the materials that you are teaching the people that you are supervising. So I think that's the only message I can give anyone who would like to be a trainer someday.
All right. Well, thank you so much for that message, May. And again, thank you. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you learned something new. Goodbye.